God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Yeah, yeah, all right. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
All right, good morning. How y'all doing? So, Mike, tomorrow, can we do a little shot here? So everybody can wave hi, look up at this little camera by the thing there. And we're just going to know that everyone else is going to get here within the next 10 minutes. Because we do have the best air conditioning in the Granada Hills. So, welcome to the meat locker here at, yeah. So, and I won't hear any complaints today, I know that. All right, so if this is your first time here at the center or if you're watching online, welcome. My name is Reverend Michael McMorrow. I'm the spiritual director here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, where we welcome all who practice their beliefs in faith and love. And we do a little thing called hugs and handshakes here. So let's just check in with each other and say, Happy Summer.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is a unifying nature of all religious thought and experience which we honor here this morning. So as Wayne lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The fourth candle we light for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. The seventh candle we light for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at our center. And as Wayne lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
In this moment, in this place, I remember I am letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and I see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Join me in this opening treatment as we center ourselves in that place of love. And I just invite you to relax into this moment and take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you wish. And just know that in this place of oneness with love, God is, I am. Today, I know that what I'm seeking is seeking me, and it is right here, right now. Whatever that question I have for the universe, for God, that answer comes forth easily and effortlessly. I affirm and know that I'm healthy, whole, and complete. Right where I'm sitting, right where I am perfect. I am the perfect me. And with a grateful heart, I give thanks for the center. I give thanks for all the love and support in the community. Give thanks for friends and family. And I give thanks for right and perfect health. And knowing this is so, I release and let go, knowing it's complete and done. And together we say, and so it is. Morning, my name is Wayne McDonald. I'm one of the practitioners here. I might. It's interesting, about the time I came here to the center almost 20 years ago, I was doing massage work full time. And I slowly got away from that and went into doing catering work. And just recently, I just completed a training on Reiki energy work. And for those who don't know, Reiki is a relaxation technique that supports the body's natural healing process. And yes, that does sound a little bit like what treatment work is. And I was really surprised about the similarities of the teachings of Reiki and with the teachings of science of mind. First of all, Reiki reminds us that a client is first and foremost whole, perfect, and complete. When I work with a client, I was reminded that Reiki practitioners are not trying to fix anything, not making anything happen, not trying to heal anything. It's just about allowing that universal energy to flow through the client and allowing the client to naturally heal themselves. And isn't this what we do in Science of Mind? When we do treatment, in that process of treatment, we trust and know that the universal mind knows to heal the client. As a Science of Mind practitioner, I do not fix anything, I do not force anything to happen, I do not heal anything. Treatment is looking beyond outer appearances and knowing each person is whole, perfect, and complete. And as far as I'm concerned, it's so good not having that responsibility of trying to make anything happen. The other thing, Reiki practitioners are taught the 5 principles, which are guidelines that everyone can live by to promote a healthy, loving way of life. Those 5 principles are: just for today, I let go of anger. Just today, I let go of worry. Just for today, I am grateful. Just for today, I devote myself to my duties and my path with honesty. Just for today, I am kind and compassionate to myself, to others, and to every living thing. Ernest Holmes says that when our minds are filled with the thoughts of anger, we are pouring into our body poisons in the making. The same thought process can be changed to turn anger into love. Ernest Holmes also says we must heal ourselves from worry. The 5 Reiki principles follows the teachings of the Science of Mind. Heal your mind, heal your body, or as we say here, change your thoughts, change your life, and to you, love, peace, and joy. And so it is.
Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you. Please welcome. Hey, they're bumping into each other up here. Please welcome David and Kent in the band. I would also like to, I was telling Kent in between, I tried to get a whole bunch of different things going on this week, and I just want to say thank you very much for making it possible that Kent and David are here all the time. So thank you very much, because it helps me a great deal. Singing background vocals, we have Terry Page and Miss Kitty Hack. On percussion, we have Erica and Jerry over there. All right. And all the way from Europe. When did you fly in?
Last Sunday.
Wow. Okay, we are really, really lucky to have our next guest. It's 2 beautiful songs. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Laura Topper. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Take me to that place where I've been before. A land that's filled with endless love and possibility. Take me to the edge where I know I can fly way beyond the rainbow. I've been here at your door many times before. A safe and loving space that I know as home. Here I remember the light of who I am, way beyond the rainbow, to miracles on high. I now have it all at one time. All I need to do is believe and it's mine. Everything exists in this perfect universe. I expect miracles, that's just how life works. I now have it all at one time. All I need to do is believe and it's mine. Everything exists in this perfect universe. I expect miracles, that's just how life works. Oh, miracles. Oh, miracles. I can see the light, I'm awake within, living in the now with a newness in my heart. I walk my path, knowing Spirit guides me on, way beyond the rainbow, to miracles on high. Oh, miracles. Oh,
And quick announcements. Today is the healing support group at 1 o'clock. And if you're looking for miracles, this week, Sangha Ethics 101 begins Wednesday, July 11th. It's 9:30 a.m. And please sign up so we know about how many people for the materials for the class. Same thing goes for Write It Down, Make It Happen, which is starting in also Wednesday, July 11th at 7 p.m. So you can have a nice full day of air conditioning. Saturday, July 14th is Animal Kinship Group. Sunday, July 15th is a Law of Attraction with Abraham Study Group. That's at 2 o'clock on Sunday. And we have coming up July 28th, Divine Dining Barbecue and Pool Party. It's limited to 25 people. I've already seen 20. You've already signed up, so you need to get in there real quick. Summer Tai Chi, Wednesday, August 1st to the 22nd. Starts at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And we also have a mindfulness workshop starting August 2nd to September 20th. All the details are in your program, and they're also in Sparks Hall. And with that, would you please stand for the declarations of principles? And together, maybe. We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and in the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good down in my soul. God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. My God is so good to me. Well, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Well, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Well, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. My God is so good to me. Here we go. My God is so. My God is so. My God is so good to me.
So we'll turning my microphone on. There we go. That's a little better. So welcome everyone. How you doing? Yes. I think we should just have a moment of gratitude for whoever the dude was who invented air conditioning. Maybe it was a woman, for that matter. Could have been. Perhaps. Maybe he stole the idea from her and took all the credit.
Probably.
Not that that's ever happened. What do they call it when you take someone's culture and you do something with it? There's a lot of that talk these days. Appropriation, yes. However air conditioning got here, I'm grateful. All right, so our talk title today is One Healer. And the July theme for Centers for Spiritual Living, worldwide. Oh, speaking of worldwide, do you know that our singer, Laura Topper, is going to be at the Center for Spiritual Living retreat in Geneva, Switzerland? Yes. So she's from the UK, so it's a short hop over there, relatively speaking, on August 16th. So if you happen to be in the neighborhood over in Switzerland, yodelay-hee-hoo, your way on over there and get enlightened on the way. All right, so plug is over. So revealing wholeness. Revealing wholeness is the July theme. There's a place where our physical bodies begin and leave off, but the mind has no such limitations, that our thoughts penetrate everything around us. Our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, our faith and fears tend to make an imprint on our environment. So that's from Ernest Holmes in Living the Science of Mind. So in religious science, we make what I think is a very bold claim compared to spiritual systems outside of New Thought. That we claim, or rather really to the extent that we can, we know that we are living in an intelligent universe which responds to our mental states, to our environment. To the extent that we learn to control these states, we shall automatically control our environment. But isn't that where the catch is? Right? To the extent that we learn to control these mental states, that's the catch. So how to control these mental states? Well, there's this method, which is through mighty Kreskin. Milton bread. Did anybody else have this game when you were a kid? It's kind of scary that these things kind of prop up in my mind, I know. But anyway, you get like the pendulum, and you got some cards with the wavy lines and the triangle, and then you like practice your ESP skills. Yeah, I wasn't any good at it, but you know. Will the mystery pendulum answer your questions about love, finance, travel? Yeah. Okay, so maybe Kreskin was before your time, or you weren't nerdy enough to watch him. So, so Google him. He's still around. He's 83 now. And, by the way, he cops to the idea that really what he does is read tells. So poker players, you know what tells are, right? So those little things that kind of give your hand away. So that's kind of his thing. So there are actually more recent references. So it's not really in alignment with New Thought, but there are some other, and there are other recent references that appear to be in alignment with New Thought, but actually are deceptively out of alignment with our teaching. So I was going to make some distinctions, not judgments, just distinctions. And I'm specifically speaking about the phenomenon known as the secret, which was the raise, which was all the rage a few years back. And I'm not saying it was a bad thing, because it brought a lot of interest into our center, but it's not quite in alignment. Concepts and principles which are taught in New Thought, such as the law of attraction, the power of thought, the way it is presented, however, is, I felt, was much more like a get-rich-quick scheme, where if you just want things bad enough and think on them in some, like an obsessive-compulsive kind of way, you will manifest your wishes and desires. In fact, James Ray pitched the idea that the universe responds to us like some cosmic genie with a good wax job when he says, your wish is my command. Right? So I don't know if you saw the movie, but this is what they actually were teaching. Of course, James Ray, Google him, you'll find some interesting things about him. So in a way, really, the secret is kind of kind of an umbrella or the capping off of New Age. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But what we teach here is New Thought. So New Thought emerged out of the mid-19th century, out of the Transcendental movement. And it kind of was called forth in an attempt, and I think rightly so, to answer some deeper philosophical questions about how does this concept of God, as we currently understand that idea, how does this concept of God, including Christianity, how does this concept of God square with the revelations of science? And does it change then man's relationship with the divine? Right? Or is there a relationship with the divine? What does that relationship look like? Is it possible? Right? So there's this thinking that science was here and God was up here, and that they were two separate things. Two separate things. So there appears to be a power. There appears to be a power that is expressing itself through nature. And as man is a natural being, how is that power expressing through him or as him? Through her as her. As man is a natural being, how is this power of nature expressing through us? So I find it interesting, even really kind of sublime, that it was a group of poets and writers who pointed the way of rediscovery of the latent mysticism already within the hearts of people that's just longing to be rediscovered for back in the day. And I think this longing is still here within many people today. The point is that although New Age has elements of New Thought in it, New Age was kind of a fad at the time that emerged out of the 70s and was a hodgepodge of all kinds of outlier ideas. And that New Thought is a practice that acknowledges that we believe that there is a higher power, call it what you will, at work in the universe, and that we can use it. Right? So New Age has within it, astrology, numerology. Help me out here. You know all the crystals. Remember the pyramid thing? I had one of those in the 70s, right? Because there was power at the bottom apex, and if you had it just right, then you could focus the power in the middle of your mind. And I did that. I did the UFO thing. Let's see, what else? The crystal thing, I did that. Remote viewing. I don't know that I played with that one. That was a little too far out there even for me. But anyway, so you get the, I lovingly refer to those years as the granola years. And it opened my mind up, so because I came from a very structured belief system, but within it also was a lot of Eastern mysticism that I really found fascinating. I didn't really know much about it, but it was very interesting. So, so New Age kind of has all that stuff in it, whereas New Thought then focuses on one thing. Now, within that New Age umbrella, if you focused on one thing and you worked it all the way through, maybe that would become a spiritual practice then that would lead to a deeper understanding of truth. This was the path that I stumbled upon, and the reason why I liked it was because the fella Ernest Holmes was able to articulate the things that I was discovering in all these other realms. He was able to articulate and kind of bring it all together into one coherent message that had a practice, not only a practice, but a practicality. Right? So it's really practical spirituality. That's what I have found. Right? That what I was really looking for was a couple things within my own spiritual practice. One, I needed to go deeper. I didn't know that's what I was looking for, but I needed something that was calling me to go deeper, and I needed to know that there were tools that I could use. Right? Because I kind of found myself covering the same old territory, making the same old mistakes, right? Thinking if I could just get a break from life, that I'd be able to find my way, right? If it wasn't for the economy, if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for you name it, all these things outside of myself that I gave power to. And Ernest Holmes says, there's a power, there's a higher power, a power for good, expressing in the universe, in fact, expressing as the universe, expressing as the intelligence of the universe, that the universe, in fact, is intelligence. expressing itself as the very mind of the divine itself. Now that was, the first time I heard it was really kind of a mind-blower idea. And it was totally on the natch. So in this way, New Thought is a practice that acknowledges that we believe there is a higher power, call it what we will, at work in the universe, and we can use it, and when we use it, it is using us as well. Well, to do what? To have a greater experience. This is Spirit using us to have a greater experience of its own creative nature by means of each one of us. By means of its creation, of which each one of us is a creation or a creature of the divine. Just like everything else. Just like everything else. That as everything is an expression of the mind of the Spirit, then, that as we learn to focus our thought, knowing there is a greater power, a greater mind expressing as our mind, behind, in, and through all that we do and all that we think, that we can shift and lift the tendency of our thinking to have a greater expression of good in our life. So, the way that now I'm one of those guys who I want to see it. I should have been born in Missouri because I'm one of those show me guys. Right? One of my favorite magazines was the Skeptical Inquirer. Do you know this? So the Skeptical Inquirer is one of those magazines that debunks all faux science, right? And so if you don't want to like feel bad about all these things that you really think are like wild and wonderful, like remember when they were doing like the remote viewing thing, so they have stuff in there about that. There was a guy in the Philippines who could do, this is kind of a new age thing, because this is right out of 80s, 90s, that he could reach into people's bodies, right, and do surgery. Psychic surgery, right? And so the Skeptical Inquirer went down there, and they got some of these, the gauze that he was using, chicken blood. Yeah. So, yeah. Don't read the Skeptical Inquirer if you want to hang on to these possibilities. Right? But what that does for me is bring me back to the idea that there's one power and presence that's expressing through all of life, and that is available to me right now, right where I sit. And in fact, the way that I can access is to put my seat in the chair and contemplate deeply the idea that this is true, or may be true, and may be true for me. And then what does that mean for my fellows? Right? What is the nature of love? Right? We can't see it, and yet we feel connection. It transcends gender, right? It transcends the physical aspects of it. It transcends us as a point of singularity to equanimity, right? And can be infinite in nature. We can express love bound only by what? We're the ones who constrict it, right? So does somebody have to love us back, for instance, in order for us to experience love? Well, if that were the case, children would never be born, right? Especially when they get to be teenagers, right? What was that? Irma Brombeck talked about how, you just love these little beings, these little creatures, and they love you back and all that, and then they grow up to be teenagers and rip your heart right out. Yeah. I'm not knowing that's a case for you, of course. So, the way that we prove that this power and presence is expressing itself in life, then, is through demonstration. And this demonstration is revealed through a mental spiritual practice that we call secret, Right? Now, we may use, like in The Secret, it had the story of the guy with the vision board that he found under his bed, and he had this gigantic house, and his son pointed out that they were living in that house. So, okay, so that's great. But we don't use vision boards because there's power in the vision board outside of ourselves. We use it as a method of clarifying and focusing our thought. Plus, they're creative and fun to do. But the power is not in the vision board, right? The power is in the creativity that goes into making the board. Yes? So, that's all wonderful, but what happens when we don't demonstrate? Right? That's the thing that gets most of us. So we can get the positive aspect of this, that there's one life expressing in, through, and as all of life, that my thought is responded to by the very mind of the Spirit itself, acting as law, demonstrating itself by means of my life, except when it doesn't. What about then, Reverend Mike? Well, the short answer is, right, even when it appears that we are not demonstrating, we're still demonstrating. Though not always the thought that we are treating for. And paradoxically, getting what we don't want, it isn't getting what we don't want that actually brings us closer to demonstrating that which we are seeking. So, let's see, where is it? So that Holmes says this, that hence it follows that if we believe that it will not work, it really works by appearing not to work. By appearing not to work. And when we believe that it cannot and will not, then according to the principle, it does not. But when it does not, it still does, only it does according to our belief that it will not. That's one of the most fun lines in that whole book. Big old book, one fun line. And then he goes on to say that it is, let's see if this is the next line. Yes, that it is our own punishment through the law of cause and effect that we do not enter in because of our doubts and fears. So if you tease that fear out a bit, we may find that there is some belief that you have failed in your treatment. That there's some belief that we have failed in our treatment. But you know, that's really a subtle way of believing that you are the power. So there's nothing for you to fail in treatment. Yes? We're playing with the infinite power and presence. That's what's doing the work. It's the Spirit within that doeth the work. We are not the power. We are not the healer. There's only one healer, and this is not it. So this is my redneck check. You may be a redneck if you understand this joke. This guy's called the healer, by the way. Right? This one has a healer. Come on. Gosh. Wrangler Country Showdown right here in my own sin. Okay. So the belief that you told me not to use that joke. I know. So the belief that we do not have the ability to heal arises out of the mistaken idea that our power does the healing, or that the intellect does the healing. All the will and the intellect could do is to behold or watch the process. There is but one healer, and this is the Spirit of truth. There is but one life principle. This is the God in us. There is but one final law. This is the law of good. There is but one ultimate impulsion, and this is the impulsion of love. And that Holmes goes on to say that we must forever rid ourselves of the idea that it is the personal man who does the healing. Okay? So, it's not Ernest Holmes that's healing you. It's not the chiropractor or the doctor that's healing you. It's not the medicine that's healing you. It is the power and presence expressing as all of those things that is healing you and me. That's kind of a, if that doesn't make you kind of go, oh, I would invite you to think deeply on that. If the power and presence is expressing as you and me and as all of life, that means that every aspect of life has God in it, has the intelligence of the divine within it. So our task then is to release our fears and doubts that is not in there. Our fears and doubts, release those. And you know what? We can treat for more faith. Yes? We can treat for more faith. However we need to get there. And just a plug for practitioners, this is where they can be invaluable, right? And to work with you, right? Just, you know, I know you got to pay them for their time. And I know that you think that you can do it all in here on your own. And if that is so, the question then becomes, are you demonstrating your wildest dreams and aspirations for your life? And if you are, wahoo. But if you're feeling stymied in some way, do yourself a favor, make an appointment and keep it with the practitioner, right? And maybe 2 or 3. And then see what happens. What I know is that there is but one power, one presence, one life, one living intelligence expressing in, through, and as all of that. I know it for myself. I know it for all of you. That I know that right where you're sitting, God is longing to express itself as your heart's desire by means of you and by means of me. So our task then is just to step into the yes of that and allow it to be so. So let's take a deep breath. Allow our musicians to come forward here. We'll let Laura out. So this verse from one of the oldest Psalms in the Bible, believed to be written by Moses himself. May the favor of the Lord rest upon us and establish the work of our hands. May the favor of the Lord rest upon us, establish the work of our hands. May the favor of the Lord bubble up from within us and empower these hands to do its work. Now, what is that work? Check your own mind. Check your own heart. So God's plan is not some kind of sky thing up there, flying around like a kite that we pull in, but rather going within and see what it is in our heart's desire, and then allowing the infinite power, the infinite fountainhead of creativity itself to bring its power, its presence, its energy through our own experience of life, that we might further demonstrate this power and give witness to this power by means of our life. And I'm knowing that for each one here this morning, for anyone watching online, that this is your ultimate reality right now. And so it is.
I now claim in a peace that is mine. I feel the calm knows. This feeling I can easily describe. Pure silence deep inside. In this amazing life, I feel the love and light. It's all right. I have peace in my heart. I have peace in my heart. I am safe, protected. I trust I live in peace. This peace flows through me with perfect grace. I can always connect back to this place. I now allow the ebb and flow of life to take its course as it knows. I have peace in my heart. I have peace in my heart. Safe, protected, I trust I live in peace. I am open to the power. The horizon is in me. I create my life so perfectly as it radiates through me. Peace in my heart. I have peace in my heart. Safe, protected, I trust I live in peace. Peace in my heart. I have peace in my heart. I am safe, protected. I trust I live in peace. Oh, peace. Yes, peace.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice, Laura. Thank you very much. Let's give her some more love. And so our background singers, you know, they're volunteers. So it really is a gift of music. So we really appreciate that. Our percussionists as well. And boy, that was really nice, wasn't it? I just saw myself do, 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 do. I got peace, da, 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 da. Yeah, that's going to be with me today. Yeah. Yeah, nice tune. All right, nice little hook in it. All right, so what are we doing? Oh, offering, my favorite time. So as we prepare our gifts for the offering, we'll invite our ushers to come forward.
Spirit gives me, Spirit receives me. Spirit live in me. Spirit gives through me. Spirit receives through me. Spirit live in me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through me. Spirit receives through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Oh, Spirit lives and breathes through me.
Very nice. So going within for just a moment longer, recognizing and knowing that the gifts presented here are a demonstration of consciousness that knows and knows that it knows that God is our source, our substance, our supply. And so from the generous heart of the individual from which these gifts have been proffered here this morning, we, representing the heart of this community, accept these gifts with deep respect and love as we know together they go forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless the life of everyone here in this room here this morning, the life of anyone connected to this center in any way. That we extend this good tidings to our friends here in our community of Granada Hills, our city of Los Angeles, our state of California, our United States of America, all of its churches, temples, mosques, schools, universities, the people who attend them, the people who support them, that we know for our planet as well that all of it is emanating from the very mind of the divine itself in some crazy cosmic way. And to the extent that we know this to be so, we see it demonstrating its power, its presence, its creativity. In all ways, great and small, this lifts our heart. We feel a sense of grace and connectedness and power that propels us into ways of spiritual living that raise not only ourselves, but we take others with us. And that's a good thing. And together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. So please help me thank lovely Rita from Switzerland and Miss Chloe. So as we get the kids up here, I'll use this handheld. I wanted to give a little plug for the mindfulness class. That starts not this Thursday, but the first Thursday in August. It's going to be taught by Christine Velasquez and a teaching partner this time. So if you took it before, it's going to be a revamped program. And if you've been playing around with the idea, gee, I should learn how to meditate. I should make time to meditate. I don't know how to meditate. Maybe if I did a meditation class, this is your opportunity. Thursday, the first Thursday in August. So, how we doing? Good to see all these Neelys up here. Can I just say that? You're a fine family. Don't you think? Nah? So you were with the tweens. Yeah, and so what did you guys do today?
Today we're eating mindfully.
Oh.
We ate cheese, crackers, a raw mushroom, and the last thing we ate was popcorn. And it was really weird for me because it was a different type of popcorn. It was pickled flavor popcorn. But I actually like pickles, so I loved it.
That's what I'm smelling up here. I'm mindfully smelling you right now. That's wild. So it was good.
But it wasn't what they expected. They said, oh, let me know what popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So you learn how to roll with things you don't expect. Nice. All right. So, and? So tell them who you are.
My name is Johnny.
Yes.
And so today in the teen area, we started off with a meditation, and then we had a treatment, and Joshua did a nice treatment. He did really good. So, and then we made a checklist and decorated it for camp. So.
All right. Would you like to add anything, Kayleen? Or are you just content to hide back there today? I'm good. All right, good. All right, fellas, good to see you. Good? Let's just get out of here. Yeah, you down with that? Okay. All right. So thank you, parents, for bringing your kids. Thank you, guys, for being such good sports. Let's invite our, let's thank Laura Topper one more time, all the way from the United Kingdom. And for the lovely job the band did today. And for the Grenadians, our lovely background singers, and the percussion section as well. Let's invite our ministers and practitioners to circle the room. And thanks for being here. See you next week.
Join me in this closing treatment. And I invite you to close your eyes if you wish as we go within and just know and recognize that God is love, peace, and joy. And I am love, peace, and joy in action, in and through all areas of my life. And I just know that in this place of oneness, that the river of love flows through my life easily and effortlessly. It goes forth to heal and to bless me. And I share that love and light with each and every person I meet and greet today. And I just see all the beauty and good in each and every person I meet and greet today, even with people I disagree with or have different views. I just know that I am God in action, and so it is. And so at this point, let's just know it. As we release this and know it is so, together we say, and so it is.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you.